Good morning friends and welcome to the pre-market view. We've seen some weakness in the US markets on Friday as Dow was down about 0.2% and the Nasdaq was down about 0.11% as the existing home sales data that came out were weak and below market expectations. European markets however were up anywhere from about 0.37% to almost about 0.6%. We've seen some positive developments on the political front as both in Ukraine and Italy the political uncertainty has come to an end, which is definitely a bit of a positive sentiment trigger for the Eurozone overall. And when we look at the Asian markets today morning, Nikkei is flat. In fact, it had opened down, but there has been some recovery in last about 45 minutes or so, and most of the other Asian markets are marginally down. And when we look at the SGX Nifty, it's going to open up flat, and no other major triggers to look at from the Asian market perspective. Talking about the flows on Friday, friends, FIs were net bias in the cash market to the tune of about 612 crore. The domestic institutions were sellers in the cash market to the tune of 382 crore. And the FIs were net bias in the index futures to the tune of about 231 crore. Back home, we had a very strong session on Friday with some of the beaten down sectors like cement, auto and select IT staging a comeback. So most of the cement stocks were up anywhere from 3 to 6%. Even Tata Motors was very strong at about 395, and both Infosys and Wipro was strong. So overall the bias for the market continues to be a little positive. It remains to be seen what kind of flows are we really going to see. Other important feature of our market is that the VIX index, or volatility index, is quoting at the lowest possible level of about 14.2. On that note, let me invite Sadhana to take us through important F&O cues and ideas that we can have from the F&O side.
Good morning friends, let's have a view on derivatives. Tracking positive trend in the global markets, on Friday the market started the session on a positive note and the momentum continued till last minute of the trade, mainly supported by global markets as well as revision in the previous forecast of GDP to 4.6% by International Monetary Fund IMF. And Nifty finally snapped the session at 6164 levels with a significant gain of close to 1%. In this period, we have seen that marginal short positions were built up by market participants as around 0.49 lakh shares were added in open interest, and Nifty cost of carry decreased by 39%. Nifty futures premium also decreased from 16.50 to 8.50 odd levels. On the options front, we have seen that marginal increase in put call ratio from 1.19 to 1.20, which is clearly saying that put option has added more number of shares in open interest. We have seen that put option has added around 5 lakh shares in open interest, which is clearly visible in the options activity. As we can see, 6100 stands with highest number of shares in open interest. Now activity is shifted from 6000 put option to 6100. So this would be a good support in the near term. And if you see call strike of 6200 and 6300 had seen unwind in activity in open interest front, but we have seen some additions in 6200 call option. So 6200 would act as a strong resistance in near term. Yesterday, FIs were net buyers of more than 400 odd crores in future and option segment, and there is one security in banning period today, which is Aurobindo Pharma, and our intraday support would be 6140 and resistance would be 6200 and 6240. Overall, a bias for the market is positive as we are trading above weekly VWAP of 6120. Our lower range for the market would be 6050 and higher range would be 6250 levels. That's it from derivatives. Thank you.
Here are the important news and events that we are tracking today. First of all, the Moody's, which is based out of Singapore, has made an open offer to buy the stake in ICRA, where the open offer is likely to be at 25% premium to the current market price. And looking at the current shareholding pattern, the acceptance ratio could be about 37%. So expect some good positive action in the ICRA stock in today's market. A meeting of board of directors of Mastech will be held today, where they are also looking at considering a buyback. The current price of Mastech is around 210 odd rupees, and the buyback is likely to be around 275 to 300 rupees. So expect some positive action in the Mastech stock in today's market. Also some negative news for IDFC as the FI's limit has been reduced from 54% to 52.5 because of the banking license that the company may get. So this is a bit of a negative for IDFC in today's market. As far as Maruti is concerned, their recent move to set up a facility in Gujarat with the funding from its own parent company through a separate subsidiary has been opposed by majority of the mutual fund investors, and we will have to see what kind of follow-up action the Maruti management could possibly give on this front. United Bank of India is going through a lot of troubled times as the CMD of the company has resigned because of the higher bad loans. There are reports that almost about 800 crore of loan were given away without checking the collaterals, and the overall NPLs of the bank have surged to almost about 10.82%. So expect some negative reaction in the United Bank of India stock in today's market. And two buzzing stocks, so friends. First of all, Century Textiles. There are reports that the company's cement and paper division could be hived off for a total value of about 3,800 crore to international investors, and that could be at a substantially higher price. So expect some positive action in the Century stock. And another mid-cap company called MBL Infra. There are reports that 3 private equity funds are in talks to take a stake in the company for a price of about 256 rupees per share. Remember friends, the current price of the stock is about 120 odd levels. So these are the high risk buzzing stocks in the market where you can expect action over the next few days. Now coming to the actionable ideas for today, the CERC or the electricity regulator has allowed Tata Power to raise the tariff and receive a compensation to the tune of about 50 paise per unit, which is incremental. So one can go long on Tata Power with a stop loss of 77.5 and a target of about 83. And some positive news for L&T as well, as its subsidiary L&T IDPL is likely to get about 2,000 crore FDI from Canadian Pension Fund. So on the back of that, one can go long on L&T with a stop loss of 1034 and a target of about 1087 to about 1107. That's it from all of us friends. Have a great trading session and see you tomorrow at the same time.